Hey, so you have an investment property that's available for rent, and now you're thinking about all of the questions that come to mind before you put your place up for rent online, such as if you should allow pets or not in your property. And that's exactly what this video is going to discuss today, and what it will do to your marketing and advertising efforts if you choose to allow pets or not. So make sure you stay tuned to find out exactly what those are. Hey everyone, it's Mandy with 2 E's. I am your professional licensed rental consultant who has a deep passion for helping landlord investors save time, gain knowledge, and reduce risk without having to hire a full-time property manager. On this show, you'll learn all the tips and tricks you need for your property investment journey. Today, we're discussing whether to allow pets or not in your investment property. And really, this is a subject that any landlord investor needs to think about. There's really no getting around it, because with 68% of American households owning pets, you're more than likely going to get a person asking if they can put a pet in your property or not, whether you're going to allow it or not. And so this is something that's really important, and that statistic I found was with a simple Google search. So take it with a grain of salt. So let's get into the first scenario. You have a place for rent, and you've decided that you're going to market your place available for rent with pets allowed. Pets meaning any cats, any dogs. Typically, you should think about putting a cap on there, but that's not something you really need to put in your marketing description. You can just say pet friendly, and a lot of times there are different marketing platforms that will make you click like cats only or dogs only, and then you can put like both. So really, honestly, this is the best option. You're really losing out on potential residents and tenants if you don't allow pets in your property. So now you've decided that you're going to allow pets and you've got it in your marketing description. Now's the time to think about what you're going to do once those pets get into your home. Are you going to charge extra rent, extra pet rent every month? Are you going to charge a one-time non-refundable pet rent? What about extra deposit? These are all things that you need to think about, and they're things that you should really do your research on and see what other people that are marketing that allow pets are doing, if they have anything in their marketing description about allowing pets or not. And it's just something to think about with your bottom line as well. With being in property management for over 6 years, full-time as a property manager, I've seen people who are amazing pet owners that take immaculate care of their pets, just as they're their children. And you'd never know they had a pet. You walk in, you can't smell the pet. You just don't know it's there. The place is clean. You don't see any pet hair anywhere. It's something that is pretty rare, honestly, but there are people out there that take care of their pets that well. And then I've seen, the other extreme where people neglect their pets, and we've had to call animal control on them. And sometimes those pets get taken away. So allowing pets in your home is really a risk. And it's a financial risk that you'll have to take and think about, because there's a risk for your property damage to happen. But if you don't allow pets, you're missing out on a majority of people who have pets. So let's move into options about allowing pets and doing pet rent. So you're going to charge pet rent, but you want to know how much. Again, this is where market research comes into play. There are some people who charge like $25 extra a month in pet rent per pet, or $50 extra a month in pet rent. Sometimes it's $100. It really just depends on your preferences and what the market is able to take, what the person is willing to pay you for that. Also, these are general guidelines for the state of Iowa. I'm a licensed broker in Iowa, but I'm not a lawyer. So if you're watching this video and you don't live in Iowa, I suggest you look at your local state and city guidelines for what you can charge with pet rent. There are different states that have caps on what you can charge and what not to charge. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a licensed broker in Iowa. So if you have any concerns about what's allowed and what's not in regards to law, please make sure you're checking with your local lawyer or attorney. All right, so the next option is to charge a one-time non-refundable pet fee or pet rent. And really, this can appeal to your more long-term tenants, people who are looking to stay in one place for a long time. Because if they don't have to pay extra pet rent every month, and they just know up front that they're paying one fee or one extra chunk of rent, that's something that can definitely appeal to someone who wants to stay in your property long term, because then they don't have to worry about that extra pet rent every month. So I'm not going to get into what those fees would be. I think that you should really honestly do your research and figure that out, but that is an option that you can do, that you can consider doing. And then another option would be is if you wanted to charge a little extra in deposit as well. In Iowa, you can't charge more than 2 times the rent in deposit. So make sure you keep that in mind as well, that you're following all your local guidelines for the law. So the next important factor when considering if you're going to allow pets or not is if you're someone who's not going to allow pets. So you've decided pets aren't for you, pets aren't for your property, absolutely no pets, don't ask. Well, I have news for you. If you haven't heard, there's this thing called emotional support animals. And regardless if you're not going to allow pets or not, you're more than likely going to come across someone who has an emotional support animal. And I'm really not going to get into that subject at all, because it's a kind of a gray area in law still. And I don't want to get into the details there, but if you get somebody that comes along that has an emotional support animal, they're going to be allowed to have that animal at your property, and you're not going to be able to charge extra pet rent or extra fees or extra deposit because it's an emotional support animal. And so these are things to really consider. If you are someone who's not allowing pets and you're coming across that more and more, maybe it's time to rethink and consider if you're going to allow pets or not. Again, rethinking and considering that has nothing to do with emotional support animals and what you can charge and not charge for them. You can't charge anything for them. So you're still going to come across people who have those, even if you are marketing pet friendly. But in general, I suggest that landlords, if you're okay with it, to allow pets, because I'm marketing properties right now for investors filling their vacancies that aren't allowing pets, and I have had to turn away probably 25% of the leads that are coming my way. So allowing pets can get you a lot more leads. They can fill your vacancies quicker, and it's important for you to consider the positives and the negatives and the risks, everything involved if allowing pets or not. So if you're someone who needs a little extra help with things such as marketing, showings, running applications, or surviving a city inspection, maybe you're somebody just getting started and you need help navigating the way through, I'm here to help you. I have a little over 6 years of experience as a full-time property manager, and I know the things that work and don't work. I want you to know you don't have to be alone with your next rental. I'm so here to help you, and I can't wait to hear your story. If you got value out of this video, please comment, like, and subscribe as I share new videos every Friday. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.